one masked figure, one devastating attack, and CM Punk, the World Heavyweight Champion, left lying in the cage at Survivor Series with no answers. But tonight, everything changes. Nick Aldis has just dropped a bombshell list of suspects that has the entire WWE universe buzzing, and what we're about to uncover will shake the foundation of Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. This isn't just about an attack, this is about revenge, betrayal, and a mystery that could tear apart the very fabric of WWE as we know it. So buckle up, because by the end of this breakdown, you're going to understand why this moment at Survivor Series might be the most important storyline heading into WrestleMania season. Before we dive deep into this chaos, I need you to do something for me, for us, for this incredible SLAMZONE family that we're building together. If this story gives you chills, if you're as invested in this mystery as I am, then please, hit that like button right now. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We're not just covering wrestling here, we're living it, breathing it, feeling every moment of it together. Hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications because you don't want to miss a single breakdown, a single reveal, a single earth-shattering moment. We're all in this together, and your support means everything. Now, let's get into this absolute madness. Survivor Series, War Games, November 30th. The most stacked cage match in WWE history is about to reach its explosive conclusion. You've got the World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk teaming with the undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, and the Usos. An all-star lineup that on paper should be unstoppable. And across from them, the Vision, led by the master manipulator Paul Heyman, featuring absolute monsters like Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, and the powerhouse Braun Breaker. 2 cages, 10 warriors, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The match has been an absolute war. Bodies are being thrown into steel. The sound of flesh meeting metal echoes throughout the arena like thunder. You can feel the energy through the screen, the crowd is on their feet, they're losing their minds with every nearfall, every comeback, every brutal collision. CM Punk has been wrestling with the heart of a champion, taking punishment that would end most men's careers, but he keeps getting back up. That's what champions do. That's what makes moments like these so special. Then it happens. CM Punk hits Logan Paul with a thunderous GTS. The crowd erupts. You can hear the roar from the audience, feel it in your bones. This is it. This is the moment. Punk's team is about to secure victory. The World Heavyweight Champion stands tall in the center of that unforgiving steel structure, and for just a split second, you can see it in his eyes. Victory is within reach. The Vision is about to fall. But wrestling, my friends, wrestling never goes the way you expect. The camera suddenly cuts to the top of the cage. Wait, what's that? Someone's climbing. A figure dressed entirely in black, hood covering their face, moving with purpose and precision. The announcers are going crazy. Who is that? What's happening? The crowd's reaction shifts from celebration to confusion to absolute shock in mere seconds. This mysterious attacker scales that cage like they've done it 1,000 times before, drops into the ring, and the entire arena holds its breath. CM Punk turns around. He sees the figure. There's a moment, just a fraction of a second, where confusion crosses the champion's face. Then boom! A superkick connects right to Punk's jaw. The sound echoes through the arena. Punk staggers backward, dazed, hurt, vulnerable. And before anyone can react, before security can intervene, before Punk's teammates can help, the hooded figure measures him up and delivers a devastating stomp. Not just any stomp. Seth Rollins' signature stomp. The very move that has ended countless matches, countless careers. Punk crumbles to the canvas. The arena is in complete chaos. Fans are on their feet, some are screaming, some are in shock, some are recording on their phones trying to capture this insane moment. The mysterious attacker doesn't celebrate, doesn't pause, doesn't remove the hood. They simply climb back out of the cage and disappear into the night like a ghost, like they were never there at all. And that's when Braun Breaker, the young powerhouse, the future of this business, sees his opportunity. He charges across the ring with the speed of a freight train and spears CM Punk into oblivion. The referee counts. 1, 2, 3, it's over. The Vision wins. But nobody's celebrating the victory. Everyone, and I mean everyone, is asking the same question. Who was that? Who just cost CM Punk and his team the biggest match of the year? The post-match press conference is tense. Paul Heyman sits there with that smug look on his face, the oracle of the Vision, the wise man himself. Reporters are firing questions at him like bullets. Did you orchestrate this? Who was the attacker? What does this mean? And Heyman, cool as ice, denies everything. He claims he has no idea who that person was. He says with absolute confidence that he had nothing to do with it. The attacker was wearing a hood, how could he possibly know their identity? But here's the thing, and this is where it gets really interesting. Nobody believes him. Not the fans. Not the wrestlers. And definitely not Raw General Manager Adam Pearce. Because if there's one thing we know about Paul Heyman, it's that he's always 10 steps ahead. He's a master manipulator, a genius strategist, and the idea that someone interfered in his team's favor without his knowledge? That's harder to swallow than a John Cena heel turn. Monday Night Raw arrives. The fallout from Survivor Series is still fresh. The wrestling world is buzzing with theories, speculation, rumors. Social media is on fire. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone thinks they know who it was. And that's when Adam Pearce steps up. The Raw general manager, a man who has seen it all, heard it all, and dealt with more drama than a reality TV show, decides enough is enough. He confronts Paul Heyman directly on live television. The tension in that segment is unbelievable. You can cut it with a knife. Pierce is demanding answers. Heyman is playing innocent. The verbal sparring between these two is like watching a chess match between grandmasters. Every word is calculated. Every pause is strategic. Pierce tells Heyman point blank that he's launching an official investigation. He's bringing in referee Eddie Orengo to help. They're going to get to the bottom of this, and if Heyman's involved, there will be consequences. This is where the story gets even more intense, family. Because investigations in WWE don't just happen for any reason. This isn't about a minor attack or a small dispute. This is about the integrity of the World Heavyweight Championship. This is about the main event of the biggest show of the year being tarnished by outside interference. And most importantly, this is about CM Punk, one of the biggest stars in the industry, being left vulnerable and victimized in the middle of that cage. The investigation begins. Eddie Orengo is reviewing footage. Security tapes are being analyzed frame by frame. Locker room interviews are conducted. But here's the problem. No leads. Nothing. It's like the attacker materialized out of thin air and vanished just as quickly. The hood, the all-black gear, the calculated timing, it was all planned to perfection. Whoever this person is, they didn't want to be identified. And they certainly didn't want to be caught. And just when you think the mystery couldn't get any deeper, just when the frustration is reaching a boiling point, WWE drops an absolute bombshell. An official article appears on WWE.com. Not speculation. Not rumors. An official list of suspects compiled and released by the company itself. And at the top of this list? SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis has his fingerprints all over this investigation too. Think about that for a second. Both general managers, both brands, are now fully invested in solving this mystery. This isn't just a Raw problem or a SmackDown problem. This is a WWE problem. The attack on CM Punk has united both shows in a way we haven't seen in years. And the suspect list they've released? It's absolutely wild. Now, before I break down each suspect and why they might be the mystery attacker, I want to take just a moment to remind you why we do this. Why we're here every single week breaking down these stories together. Because wrestling isn't just about the moves in the ring. It's about the stories, the drama, the emotions. And when you're part of the SLAMZONE family, you're getting the deepest, most passionate coverage out there. If you're enjoying this breakdown, and I know you are because you're still here with me, then do me a favor. Smash that like button. Share this video with your wrestling friends who are just as obsessed with this mystery as we are. Drop a comment below with who you think the attacker is. And if you haven't already, subscribe to SLAMZONE and join the family for more intense wrestling breakdowns every single week. We're building something special here, and I want you to be a part of it. Alright, let's dive into this suspect list because it's absolutely loaded with possibilities. Suspect number 1, and this is the name that WWE itself has listed as the most likely candidate, Randy Orton. The Viper. The Legend Killer. The Apex Predator. Now, if you've been following SmackDown, you know Randy's been absent from television since early October. He teamed with Cody Rhodes in a losing effort against The Vision, and then poof, he disappeared. No explanation. No goodbye. Just gone. But here's where it gets juicy. According to the WWE article penned by journalist Mark Cobley, there's history here that can't be ignored. Randy Orton returned to WWE at Survivor Series 2023, and it was a massive moment. The place went absolutely crazy. But you know what happened that same night? CM Punk made his shocking return too. And Punk's return, let's be honest, overshadowed everything else. Randy Orton's moment, his big comeback after months away, got pushed to the side because the wrestling world couldn't stop talking about CM Punk being back in WWE. Now imagine you're Randy Orton. You're a future Hall of Famer. You're one of the greatest to ever do it. And your comeback moment gets stolen by someone who had been in AEW for years. That's gotta sting. That's gotta eat at you. And if there's one thing we know about Randy Orton, it's that he doesn't forget. He doesn't forgive. And he's been flirting with a heel turn for months now. Remember those moments on SmackDown where Randy would just stare at Cody Rhodes' title? The camera would catch him eyeing that championship with a look that wasn't friendly. It wasn't supportive. It was hunger. It was desire. And maybe, just maybe, it was the beginning of something darker. The mystery attacker used moves that pointed to Seth Rollins, but what if that's intentional misdirection? What if Randy wanted everyone to think it was Rollins while he executed the perfect crime? Randy Orton has the motive. He has the history with CM Punk. And he has the wrestling IQ to pull off something this calculated. Plus, his body type matches what fans saw in that cage. The athleticism, the way the attacker moved, it could absolutely be the Viper. And if it is? If Randy Orton is revealed as the man who attacked CM Punk? The feud that would create heading into Royal Rumble and WrestleMania would be absolutely legendary. But wait, there's more. Suspect number 2 is a name that's been thrown around more than any other since the attack happened, Austin Theory. The former United States champion who's been mysteriously absent from WWE television for months. Theory hasn't wrestled on Raw since early May. His last televised match was on Main Event back in July. He vanished without a trace. No injury angle. No storyline explanation. Just gone. Multiple wrestling news outlets, including PW Insider and Fightful Select, reported almost immediately after Survivor Series that their sources confirmed Austin Theory was the man under that hood, and WWE's own article mentions that Theory's body build matches what we saw in the cage. The height, the frame, the athleticism, it all lines up perfectly. But here's the thing, WWE also says in that article, and this is a direct reference to something Triple H said in a documentary, that sometimes the logical choice becomes too predictable, and when it becomes predictable, you need to pivot. So is Austin Theory too obvious? Is it too easy? Or is WWE playing mind games with us, making us second guess the obvious answer so that when it is Austin Theory, it's even more shocking because we talked ourselves out of believing it? Wrestling fans love to be one step ahead of the story, but sometimes the story is exactly what it appears to be. Dave Meltzer from the Wrestling Observer explained WWE's thinking behind potentially using Theory for this angle. They want to establish him as a major player. They want to elevate him to main event status. And what better way to do that than having him cost the World Heavyweight Champion the biggest match of the year? Plus, Theory was originally supposed to be in the Vision. He was supposed to be part of that War Games team. But when Seth Rollins got injured, plans changed. Maybe this attack is Theory's way of announcing he's still with the Vision. He's still loyal to Paul Heyman. And he's coming for CM Punk's championship. If it's Austin Theory, and he's revealed on Raw or SmackDown in the coming weeks, the setup for a major feud is already there. Theory would instantly become one of the most hated heels in the company. Fans would want to see him get destroyed by CM Punk. And at 28 years old, a program with someone like Punk could make Theory's career. It could cement him as a future world champion. It could be exactly what both men need heading into WrestleMania season. But the suspect list doesn't stop there. Oh no. WWE went deep with this investigation. Suspect number 3 is someone who many fans thought was the attacker the moment it happened, Seth Rollins. The architect. The revolutionary. The visionary. The man whose signature move was used to take out CM Punk. Now, here's the situation with Seth. He legitimately had shoulder surgery about a month before Survivor Series. He's been recovering. He's been off television. But WWE's article points out something interesting. Seth Rollins has fooled us before. He's faked injuries before. He's played mind games before. What if this is all an elaborate ruse? What if Seth is healthy enough to deliver one stomp and then disappear? What if he's been plotting his revenge on CM Punk this entire time? The history between these two is explosive. They have legitimate real-life tension that spilled over into their on-screen rivalry. They've had intense verbal battles. They've had incredible matches. And even though Seth was part of the Vision before his injury, maybe he's not done with that faction. Maybe his shoulder is healed enough for a quick attack but not a full match. Maybe he wanted to send a message to CM Punk that even injured, he's still dangerous. The crowd's immediate reaction when they saw that stomp? They thought Seth Rollins. The announcers' confusion? They wondered if it was Seth Rollins. Even Wade Barrett on commentary later ruled Seth out because of his injury, but what if that's exactly what WWE wants us to think? The perfect crime is the one where you have an alibi, and Seth's injury is the ultimate alibi. Now, here's where the list gets really wild. WWE actually listed John Cena as a suspect. Yes, you read that right. John Cena. The article calls it an extreme long shot, but the reasoning is fascinating. John Cena is heading into his retirement tour. His final matches are coming up. And if he wanted to create one last epic storyline, one last massive feud, what better way than by revealing himself as the mystery attacker and setting up a dream match against CM Punk? The history between Cena and Punk is legendary. Their 2011 and 2012 rivalry is considered one of the best in WWE history. They had incredible matches. They had even better promos. They created moments that fans still talk about today. And if Cena wanted to go out with a bang, if he wanted his retirement tour to be more than just nostalgia, attacking CM Punk would certainly accomplish that. Now, realistically, is it John Cena? Probably not. But the fact that WWE even put his name on the list shows how desperate everyone is for answers. It shows that literally anyone could be the attacker. No one is above suspicion. And in wrestling, sometimes the most insane theories end up being true. LA Knight is also on the suspect list. The megastar himself. The man who has been denied championship opportunities time and time again. WWE's theory is that LA Knight might be fed up with getting passed over. He's one of the most popular superstars on the roster, but he hasn't gotten that world championship run yet. Maybe he decided to take out CM Punk, create chaos, and force his way into the title picture. It's aggressive. It's bold. It's exactly something a frustrated superstar would do. And then there's AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. Another name on the suspect list because of his complicated history with CM Punk. These two have never really gotten along. There's real tension there. And with AJ Styles heading toward the end of his career, maybe he wants one more run with a world title. Maybe he sees CM Punk holding the championship and decided to do something about it. The attack could be the beginning of AJ's final championship pursuit before retirement. Every single one of these suspects has a legitimate reason to attack CM Punk. Every single one of them could be the mystery figure. And that's what makes this storyline so brilliant. WWE has crafted a mystery that could go in a dozen different directions. The investigation continues. Eddie Orengo is still reviewing footage. Adam Pearce is still demanding answers. Nick Aldis is staying involved from the SmackDown side. And somewhere out there, the real attacker is watching all of this unfold, knowing they got away with it. For now. But here's what I think is going to happen, and this is pure speculation, pure analysis from watching wrestling for decades. I believe WWE is going to drag this out. They're going to let the mystery simmer. They're going to let fans theorize and debate and argue online. And then, at the perfect moment, probably on a huge episode of Raw or SmackDown, or maybe even at the Royal Rumble, the truth will be revealed. And when it is, it's going to be someone we didn't fully expect. Maybe it's Austin Theory like the reports say. Maybe it's Randy Orton like WWE's article suggests. Or maybe, just maybe, it's someone we haven't even considered yet. CM Punk himself has been relatively quiet about the attack. He hasn't gone on a rampage. He hasn't torn apart backstage areas looking for answers. And that's almost more terrifying. Because when CM Punk is quiet, when CM Punk is patient, that's when he's most dangerous. He's calculating his next move. He's waiting for the attacker to reveal themselves. And when they do, the best in the world is going to make them pay in ways they can't even imagine. This storyline has everything you want in professional wrestling. It has mystery. It has drama. It has real emotions. It has championship implications. And most importantly, it has unpredictability. We genuinely don't know where this is going, and that's exciting. That's what keeps us coming back week after week. That's what makes us wrestling fans. So here's what I need from you, SLAMZONE family. We've gone on this journey together. We've analyzed every clue, every suspect, every possibility. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment right now telling me who you think attacked CM Punk. Are you Team Randy Orton, Team Austin Theory, Team Seth Rollins, or do you have a completely different theory? Let's debate this. Let's figure it out together. And if this breakdown gave you chills, if it made you see this storyline in a new light, then do 3 things for me right now. Hit that like button. Subscribe to SLAMZONE if you haven't already. And most importantly, turn on those post notifications so you never miss when we drop our next video. Because you know when that attacker is revealed, when the mystery is finally solved, we're going to break it down better than anyone else out there. This is what SLAMZONE is all about. Deep dives into the stories that matter. Passionate analysis from someone who loves this business as much as you do, and creating a community where wrestling fans can come together and celebrate these incredible moments. Nick Aldis has released the suspect list. The investigation continues. And somewhere in WWE, someone is hiding a secret that could change everything. The question isn't if the truth will come out. The question is when. And when it does, you better believe we'll be right here breaking it down together. Until next time, this is SLAMZONE, and remember, in wrestling, expect the unexpected. Peace.